Hello my good ones. Today, it's not really a child's theory about whether superheroes can conceive a superchild. I mean the beginnings of life right in the superhero outfit. At the moment of transformation, the entire human body becomes genetically modified. In fact, the body undergoes a certain mutation when crossing human and Kwami cells. So at this moment, the structure of DNA cells also changes. A person becomes invulnerable, his bones turn into a material that cannot be broken, and the flesh cannot be cut or even scratched. It has already been proven that superheroes can take off part of their super clothes, and that is why conception in this altered state is quite likely. We will not go into the details of the process itself, despite the fact that this is undoubtedly a fascinating picture. What will happen at the very moment of fertilization? It turns out that the child himself may well inherit the superpowers of his father and mother. That's what I think. If suddenly Cat Noir and Lady Bug want to test this theory in practice, before detransformation, then they will become parents, and not Adrien and Marinette. No matter how contradictory it sounds. Father-in-law, Adrien is not in fact him in a Cat Noir costume, he is only partially similar to himself. The only thing that practically does not change is consciousness, and then you can argue. After all, at the same time, various skills and abilities appear that did not exist before. For example, it is clearly seen that the monarch is much taller at the moment of transformation. This only proves that his body is completely different from its normal human condition. And the most interesting thing is that for the birth of a child, it is enough for one of them to be transformed into a superhero at the moment of conception. Thus a half-breed should be born. The child is half an ordinary person, and the other half is a superhero with superpowers of the second parent. Having examined more closely the original costumes of Lady Bug and Cat Noir, it is clear that they do not have zippers and buttons. Probably, it will be problematic to remove them. But as we saw earlier, these costumes can change at the request of the wearers themselves. Adrien already has such an experience of turning into the desired suit. I think that the type of costume or its absence at the moment of transformation depends only on the owner of the miracle stone. Imagine that after the transformation, he will remain only in a mask and that's it. Is it possible? I think it's quite real. This means that a child born of superheroes is also a real possibility. I wonder how a super baby could be born after mixing the bloodlines of a human and a superhero. It turns out that he will no longer need the miracle stone to obtain super strength. The father-in-law may have a child who has the power of destruction or the power of creation. Or maybe even the combined forces of destruction and creation in one organism. But we know that if you combine these two forces, you can fulfill a wish. Maybe that's how a certain kind of creatures that we used to call genies were born. Genies can fulfill a wish, they often look like ordinary people, but their inner magical power can change reality in the same way as when combining miracle stones with the forces of destruction and creation. Kwame Plagg once said that he had already seen genies who could grant wishes. So in the universe of the Miraculous, genies exist, and who knows, maybe they are the fruits of the love of superparents. But the birth of a genie is possible only with the stones of the wonders of Cat Noir and Lady Bug. Children whose parents would be the owner of other miracle stones will not be able to fulfill wishes, but their superpowers are no less interesting. Try to fantasize and write to me what children born of other wonderful heroes are capable of. Maybe there are already examples of such superhumans in the Marvel universe that could result from the love of various superheroes from the wonderful world. And that's all I have for today. Subscribe to the channel, like it and click on the bell. Goodbye, my good ones.